Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Naughty News. I am your host Green Lee, and today is going to be a big Naughty News video because June was nuts, right? June has many games announced as it is the gaming month as well as December, and there has been a lot of games announced. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not wrong here, there was just about over 100 games announced this month alone. It's pretty nuts. And I'm going to use the new QuickLash section as well in this video, so this will be your first time seeing the QuickLash section, and I'm going to be using it in a lot of games. So, enough chat, let's just begin, because there is a lot to go through. First off, PlayStation State of Play happened. I think it was June 2nd? I could be wrong, but State of Play happened, I watched it. It was pretty nuts, actually. I was expecting to see Street Fighter 6, which I was correct. Street Fighter 6 was shown, and the gameplay for Street Fighter 6 is actually insane. I actually think it's going to be one of the best Street Fighter games yet, because if you look at this gameplay that's on the screen right now, it looks stunning. It is beautiful, and the game is actually made on the Resident Evil engine as well, which I'm pretty sure it'll be the first fighting game to be made on the Resident Evil engine, because Resident Evil is usually, well, made on Resident Evil. And it actually looks so good. There's so many new mechanics in the game as well, so, you know, expected to be different from Street Fighter 5, which was not a very good Street Fighter game in my opinion. But a lot of new things, a lot of new characters, a lot of mechanics. The game just looks stunning overall, and there's a custom creator character thing where you can go around in an open world and basically be yourself, play yourself. So it's going to be nuts. I actually think it's going to be one of my favorite games of this next year. Speaking of which, of Resident Evil, they did show Resident Evil 4, and Resident Evil 4, we didn't see too much, right? It's the Resident Evil 4 remake, and it was pretty good, and I like Resident Evil. For anyone who's watched my channel for a long time, I have played Resident Evil 7 on it, and I did want to play Resident Evil 8 before I accidentally watched the YouTuber play the entire game, so, you know, I can't play a game I already know what happens in it. But yeah, Resident Evil 4 was shown, not too much. It looks good, but, you know, I would like to see more on it before I can make any more judges. But I wouldn't say it'd be bad anyways. There was a new VR Walking Dead game that was also announced, and oh my god. Oh! It's so good. I love Walking Dead so much. It's Saints and Sinners. It's a sequel to the last VR game, which was Saints and Sinners. I think it's called Retribution. Could be wrong. But it was a pretty big announcement, and it doesn't look too different from the first game actually. Obviously, like levels and how things are done, but graphic-wise, it looks the exact same as the first game. I can understand that people get mixed by the two games because they do look pretty much identical. But yeah, new Walking Dead VR game's out. It's going on the PSVR 2. That was all the major things that I liked that was shown at the PlayStation State of Play. I will talk more about the PlayStation State of Play later on in the QuickLash section. Let's see, after the PlayStation State of Play, the Sonic Central happened. Now, I gotta say, Sonic Central was very disappointing. Like, very disappointing indeed. I, as a big Sonic fan, love the Sonic Centrals. Right? They showed so many good things, so many, like, things happening in it, and it's not crazy. But not too many things interesting happened, right? And I'll tell you, I'll just tell you pretty much everything that happened in it, because this is just how small it was. They showed Sonic Origins, which is pretty much a remake of all the classic games put into one little set. We don't need to talk about it too much, because it is out now, out on Steam. So if you have Steam, I recommend you get it, because goddamn, Sonic Origins. I want it, but I'm broke at the moment, so can't really get Sonic Origins, but it's pretty fun. There's also animated cutscenes as well, so the game looks really nice. Then after they showed Sonic Origins, they showed Sonic Prime, like a little teaser of Sonic Prime Shadow the Hedgehog. I still don't know my exact opinions on the show. It still looks alright. It's still 3D animated, obviously, and that scares me, because a 3D animated Sonic show, they're not usually good. You know, usually the best Sonic shows are the 2D animated ones, like Sonic X. But, you know, it didn't look too bad. You know, Shadow looked pretty good. Shadow looks like himself. He doesn't look like any, like, weird bootleg version of Shadow. So, for that little, like, 10-second teaser, I'd say it was pretty good. But still can't say too much on Sonic Prime itself. That show is scaring me like hell, because I really am afraid that show's gonna suck. And then after they showed Sonic Prime, they showed some Sonic Frontiers gameplay, and I was very disappointed with Sonic Frontiers. It is probably one of the worst looking Sonic games I've seen yet, honestly. I was so hyped to say it because it's like an open world Sonic game. And apparently it might not even be fully open world. Apparently the zones are just open. So there's like still levels, but it's not like a fully open world game, which is a bit sad because I would like to have a full open world Sonic game. But yeah, the gameplay wasn't too good. Didn't really like it too much. I'm still gonna buy Sonic Frontiers because, you know, Sonic fan. I'm gonna buy it either ways. But it's not looking too good so far. But we will talk about Sonic Frontiers later, because there was another event that showed some more gameplay of it, and I think you would all be interested to hear it, because they did show something that actually interested me as well. The OTK Game Expo happened as well. If you don't know who OTK are, they're like a big group of Twitch streamers, and this year they decided to do like a game event, like the Summer Game Fest, but with small indie developers. So if you like indie games, then you're gonna love the OTK Game Expo, because there was some good indie games announced there. Now, there was about 60 games announced, so I'm not going to talk about all of them, even in the QuickLash, because goddamn, that's too many games for my small brain to handle. But I'll talk about some of my favorite games that were announced. Crowswan was one of them. Crowswan's like a, sort of like a Hollow Knight. Imagine Hollow Knight, but with crows. That is what this game is, right? If you watch any Hollow Knight gameplay, it's essentially the same thing, right? You can just look up Crowswan on YouTube and you'll see it all. But it looks pretty interesting, and I want it. It's pretty cheap as well, I'd imagine. The other game that was shown, which is this one is a guaranteed buy, Neodash. Neodash is a racing game made by, obviously, a small team, because it's indie. And it's like if Rocket League had like a baby with like Forza. Rocket League and Forza had some weird child mix, but it looks pretty cool. I like it a lot, actually. They also won some of the prize money, so they are going to have lots of money to work on their game, which I'm glad, because I really want this game to be big, because it looks really nice. Knights of the Deep was also one of my favorites. Knights of the Deep, I thought it was going to be some cringy, gross game of lobsters, but it's like a Smash Bros type fighting game, but you play as crabs and lobsters and like other sea creatures, and you can pick up, like, just imagine a lobster holding a sniper rifle, and it just absolutely obliterates you. Like, that is what this game is. It's not. I actually really want it. I didn't like it at first, but then Ted just kept like telling me to look at it, and I kept looking at it. And I was like, hey, yo, this game actually kind of looks sick now. So yeah, Knights of the Deep. It's on Steam. You can wish it right now. Be good. Biogun was also one of my favorites shown. Biogun is just once again, another Hollow Knight type game. So if you played Hollow Knight, you basically are playing Biogun. Biogun also has a free demo right now on Steam. I checked it out. It was pretty fun. So I think I might get the full game as well. And lastly, my favorite game that was shown at the OTK Game Expo was Auto. Auto is a game where you play as this girl who goes through, like, basically sort of like dimensions, but you, instead of going through dimensions, you go through like different art styles, and your character and the world around you changes in its art style. And I actually think it's really awesome. For someone who is a big fan of art like myself, a game like Auto is very beautiful to look at, and it's very fun as well. I think there's a demo out on Steam too, but I haven't played it. Yeah, those are all the games that I really like to see at the OTK Game Expo, and I want to try them all out at some point. I might even record Auto, because Auto sounds fun to record. The Upload VR Showcase happened. If you know what that is pretty much all the VR games that was announced, right? It's a full showcase of VR games. So if you don't have a VR headset, obviously this part is not going to be too interesting for you, because you can't play these games. But a couple of the games that interested me on the Upload VR Showcase is Green Hell. Not because green's in the title, it's because it was a hunter survival type game where you have to survive from like tigers and creatures in a jungle. And it looks very interesting, especially if you're playing it in VR. My Luigi is going nuts right now. What the blip? Chill out. There we go. But yeah, Green Hell looks very interesting. I actually think it's not too bad looking. The game's been out for years, by the way. It's just I've only heard of it now. So, but yeah, it looks cool. I think it's PC VR now, exclusive. Oh no, it's also on Oculus. Yeah, my bad. It's also on Oculus. Final Fury was also shown. Final Fury is a fighting game in VR. Now, if you know me, I like my fighting games. I don't know how a fighting game in VR is going to work out though, because I feel like I'm good at fighting games, but realistically, since it's a VR one, I'm gonna suck at it because I can barely lift my arms as it is. My arms are slouched down right now. So a fighting game in VR is not gonna go good for me. I think I'll get clobbered. But it looks interesting, it looks fun. And then Cosmonius High got a new accessibility update. Yes. So this VR game has existed for quite a while now, but I didn't really know much about it as it was a Quest 2 exclusive. But I was looking at the new accessibility update. They basically changed where people with disabilities can now play the game. So people who only have issues with like, they may only have one hand or the other hand may not work correctly. You can play the entire game with one hand now in VR. And they also have other like support, like they made text bigger so people with bad eyesight can read everything better. So it was just like a little update to make the game work for everyone. And it looks like a really nice game. It's made by the same people who made Vacation Simulator and Job Simulator. So if you like those games, you'll definitely like Cosmonius High. Hubris is another VR game that I really liked. If you look at the gameplay right now, it is probably the most realistic VR game I've seen in my life. I know nothing about it, other than it's realistic looking and you're in space. That is all I know, but it looks pretty dope. I'm going to leave the gameplay on the screen for a minute. But it's a pretty nice VR, nice looking VR game. It's also like a developer video where you can watch the developers working on it. It was pretty nice to watch. And then last but not least, one of my other favorites shown at the Upload VR showcase was Among Us VR. Yes, Among Us is having a VR game. I talked about it before in Naughty News. I think it was last month actually. But now we've seen more gameplay. Game actually looks really good. I can't wait to play that with my friends because VR Among Us is going to go nuts. And I also have an Among Us video on the ways. I just haven't edited it yet because I'm lazy. Summer Game Fest happened. Oh my god. Oh! Summer Game Fest. Even though, if you don't know me personally, Summer Game Fest and Game of the Year, or Game Awards, sorry, are like my favorite like events of gaming because we get to see, not only do we get to see awesome game announcements, we get to see my boy Jeff Keighley. I love Jeff Keighley so much. So the first thing I gotta talk about that was shown at the Summer Game Fest is they showed Guile for Street Fighter 6. Yes, I know I'm talking about Street Fighter 6 again, but they showed Guile. He was announced at the Summer Game Fest. They showed a bit of his gameplay. Guile is pretty nuts. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I've already talked about Street Fighter enough today. But yes, Guile was announced for Street Fighter 6. His character looks pretty nice. That's all I got to say. And then they showed a game called Routine. This is a horror game with robots, and it's pretty scary. I like my horror games. But one thing that really caught me out about it wasn't exactly the gameplay or what it is. It's who the audio is designed by. Apparently the audio is designed by Mike Gordon himself, and you don't know who Mike Gordon is. He is the legend who made the Doom soundtrack. So if you like video game Doom, all my Doom fans know what I'm talking about. The music is nuts. So the fact that the entire audio in this game is composed by him, it's gonna be, just... it's gonna be like a fun horror game, and it's also gonna make me shit myself, not the point. Yeah, Routine, it's on its way. It's coming this year, I believe. Or next year, I actually don't know. But yeah, it was shown at the Summer Game Fest. Pretty nice game. Another game that is actually out now, but it was shown at the Summer Game Fest, is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Shredder's Revenge looks like... I'm having a stroke. Shredder's Revenge is actually really cool looking. It's like an arcade game, but like, obviously, the Ninja Turtles, and I like it a lot. Pretty cool. So if you played any classic beat-em-up type games, that's literally what this game is, just with the Ninja Turtles. You could also play as April O'Neil and the other guy, I'm forgetting his name right now, but the other human characters, you can play as them as well, and it's pretty cool. The Quarry was also shown. The Quarry was shown at Summer Game Fest, but it's also out as well. You can watch pretty much any YouTuber playing it right now. I'm not going to be playing it myself on stream or anything. I kind of just want to play it alone. Made by the same people who made Until Dawn, which I will be streaming. Until Dawn is like a really fun game to stream, and it's a horror game as well, so we all know what I'm going to be like. The Quarry is a game about these counselors all at a campsite or like a camp, and then there's like a murderer, your typical horror type thing. And just like Until Dawn, your decisions really like change the story. I like games like that, so that's why I wanted to play the Quarry. But yeah, not much to talk about it because I don't know anything else about the Quarry other than that. And I will talk about Summer Game Fest later on to the QuickLash, because there was a lot of games shown at Summer Game Fest. Then the Capcom game showcase happened. Nothing too interesting really, other than the usual like Monster Hunter, Street Fighter, Resident Evil, you know, the usual stuff Capcom shows. But there is a couple of things that interested me a lot actually. One of them being Capcom Arcade Stadium 2. There is a second one coming out. If you know what that is, it's like a full stadium collection of every like old school Capcom game. For someone like me, who's an absolute sweaty nerd at old fighting games, I already have 90% of those. So the Capcom arcade stadiums aren't that useful to me, because I already own half of the games, but they're interesting for people who are really into old school games but don't actually own any. And I can't remember, is the game like free, but there's like a paid subscription, or what? I think they're free, but you can like pay for things in it. I wouldn't know, because I never really played the Capcom Stadium games, but they seem very interesting for some old school gamers. Speaking of collections, the Capcom Fighting Game Collection is now also out. It was also shown at Capcom, but I'd rather talk about it being out, because it is, and it's very interesting. You get many different Capcom fighting games like Red Earth, Cyberbots, the Street Fighter games, Super Gem Fighter, Darkstalkers. You know, you get all the classic Capcom fighting games all into one big collection, with all online support, by the way, so you can play basically these old games that would have only been out on arcade online with your friends. Which is, I guess, good for me, because I can clobber my friends, you know, go with a bit of a sweat. But yeah, it's a cool collection. I think I'm going to be playing Darkstalkers a lot, because Darkstalkers have been very interesting to me recently. I would also play Street Fighter, but I already own most of the Street Fighter games anyways. So, you know, it's not that useful to me in the Capcom fighting collection. Oh yeah, and one of the really good things shown at this Capcom showcase is the Shadow of Rose, like, DLC for Resident Evil 8. Basically, Resident Evil 8 showed off this whole Winter's expansion. There's like a third-person mode, a new mercenary game mode, and of course the DLC where you play as Rose, Ethan Winter's daughter, many years later after Resident Evil 8. So it's very interesting, and I can't wait to, I was going to say play it, but I don't even own Resident Evil 8, but I can't wait to watch people playing it, because it sounds fun, and I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it is going to be like really scary as well. Resident Evil 8 wasn't actually that scary, it was more just action. But I'm glad that they're going for the horror route now with DLC, because goddamn, I love horror games. And that was really all that was shown at the Capcom showcase. I'm not really going to do a quick lash on it because, well, it was a very small showcase, you can just check it out yourself, it was only like 40 minutes long. And then the Xbox Game Showcase happened. Oh, this showcase. Oh my god, this showcase. Oh. There was a couple of things that interested me. The rest was just pure dog water, but there was a couple of things that have interested me here, and I'm going to talk about them now. Starfield, they showed Starfield, right? If you know what Starfield is, it was the next big game that everyone's been waiting for. Although, in my personal opinion, it is literally just No Man's Sky. If you played No Man's Sky, you played Starfield, right? Big open world space game. The only difference between these two is Starfield has realistic graphics, while No Man's Sky is more stylized. I'm still gonna get it because I'm a gamer and I've wasted all my money on a game that's copy and paste of another game, but you know, it's still cool nonetheless, and it's seen a very realistic type No Man's Sky game interests me. It is very inspired by it because you can just tell it is very similar to No Man's Sky. Plus, yeah, Starfield is a very big game. People have been waiting for it for years now. So I'm glad they showed gameplay of it at the Xbox Game Showcase. Another game that interested me, mostly because it's announced to be free to play, Overwatch 2. Yeah, Overwatch 2 is free to play, and I actually like that a lot because I don't really play Overwatch 1 anymore because it's on my Xbox, and I don't really play my Xbox anymore because I'm a PC nerd now. So the fact that Overwatch 2 is going to be free to play, I can just get it on my PC and play with my friends. It's going to be fun. All the characters got redesigns as well. Most of them are actually really good. I actually thought I didn't like them that much, but no, I actually enjoyed them a lot. The redesigns are pretty nice. I like Divas, actually. They didn't ruin Diva. I'm a Diva player. And I also play Reaper and Soldier 76. You know, those characters are pretty good. Hopefully they're not changed too much in Overwatch 2, because this game is changing a lot of things, as I heard. But yeah, not really much to talk about with Overwatch 2, you know, just that it's free to play and there was some gameplay shown. Pretty nice looking game. And then Minecraft Legends was shown. And Minecraft Legends, no idea what it is. It just looks like a brand new Minecraft game that is, well, nuts, because I was looking at the gameplay that they were showing and it's like your MMORPG type games, but it's Minecraft. And I think that's pretty cool. But personally, I think it could go two ways. It'll either flop and be like an absolute disaster, or it could be really good. And hopefully it's going to be really good, because Minecraft Legends sounds something that would be cool, right? But they didn't show much. They just showed like a bit of the world, and they showed a couple of explosions, you know, cool things you would put in the trailer, really. Not much to talk about for Minecraft Legends. And then this interested me a lot. There's this new game coming out called High on Life. Shown at the Xbox Game Showcase, and High on Life didn't interest me when I first saw it, like, for the first 5 seconds. But then I heard the weapons talk. Right, the weapons are like aliens and they talk to you. But the moment I heard the voice actor, I knew instantly what game this is. This game is created by the Rick and Morty creators. You can tell from the voice actors because, well, they're voiced by the creators. And I'm so glad, because they make really good games, right? The Rick and Morty creators are just so smart in making shows and games. They're just geniuses, okay? So I'm definitely gonna get High on Life when it comes out. I think it is coming out this year. I'm gonna get it on my PC, because it'll probably look really nice on PC. And then last but not least, that I really like the looks of at the Xbox Game Show was Plague Tale Requiem. Plague Tale Requiem is basically a game that takes place during the Black Death, you know, with all the rats and stuff. And I played the first game back on my PS5, and it was actually godlike. I think it was one of my favorite games in the last year I've played. It's pretty fun. And I really thought it was only going to be that game, because it ended in a way you'd think, oh, there's not going to be a sequel, but there is. And it looks really nice, though. It looks good. Hopefully they don't butcher it, though, because Plague Tale has such a nice story going on, such nice characters. I'd hate for it to be ruined because they just thought, hey, let's get a second game for money. So, but it looks interesting. If you look at the gameplay, you know, Amicia is going nuts, and then you have Hugo. He's all grown up now. He's not a little boy anymore. Well, I mean, he still sort of is a little boy, but he's more grown up. The Nintendo Direct Mini happened. Now, because it's a Nintendo Direct Mini, obviously it's very short, right? Not much happened. I'm not going to do a QuickLash on this, but I'm going to talk about a couple of the things I actually really liked about this Mini. I didn't think much would be shown. I thought it was mostly going to be like third-party games that nobody would care about, but they showed a couple of things I was interested in, like Mario plus Rabbids Spark of Hope. They showed gameplay for that, and it's actually interesting. It's still turn-based, which I was afraid, because I don't really like turn-based games, but hey, I'm still going to get it. However, you can move freely in the battlefield now, so you can move around all you want. It's just when you want to fight, it will be taken in turns. But it's interesting though, I like it. It's still a pretty cool game. Story, still have no idea what it's about. It's just Mario and Rabbids. Bowser is also on your team now, you know, he's a good guy. You know, the game's going nuts, it's pretty nice, what can I say? And then they showed, I wasn't expecting this actually, they showed Sonic Frontiers. Now, remember when I said we would talk about Sonic Frontiers once again? Well, now that is this time. Sonic Frontiers, as I said before, was it was a huge disappointment to me. But the Nintendo Direct Mini, they showed something that just like made me go, okay, this game might not be a huge disappointment. And that is the cyberspace zones. Right, cyberspace are like little segments or levels in the game, but they look so cool. One of them's like a huge futuristic like city, and I actually think it looks like really cool. And then the other one's like a Green Hill Zone, you know, your typical Sonic stuff. But they actually look really nice, and I think the game now has potential, because the gameplay they showed was really nice. I actually don't think it's going to be as big as a flop as I thought it was going to be. Do I still think it's going to be a very good Sonic game? No, I still think it's going to be god-awful, but it's given me hope now, though, from that gameplay. It was pretty cool. So you get keys from the cyberspace levels, and it was pretty nice to see that Sonic Frontiers isn't just going to be one location. I was afraid of it just being one location, really. And last but not least, the thing that really caught my eye as well in Nintendo Direct was the Portal Companion Collection, which, from the trailer, I'm assuming it's all the Portal games put together into one collection for the Switch. I think that's nice. People should play Portal. Portal is a very old game now, but it's a game I feel like a lot of people still have not played. And it has a nice story. Characters are... well, characters, you don't really see much characters in it, really. But, you know, it's an interesting game. It's fun to play. It's also the mechanics and the physics of the game. It's just really good. I like physics in video games. They make me... I mean, they make me rage a lot, but they're still really, like, fun to have in a game when you have goofy physics and realistic physics as well in a game. But that was all I was shown at the Nintendo Direct Mini. It is a mini event. I don't need to talk about it much more. It is only 20 minutes long. Anyone can check it out on YouTube. But now on to other news. Meta Runner final season trailer. Yes, oh my god, finally. So Meta Runner, if you know what Meta Runner is, it is a show that is about this girl called Tari. She is a gamer. It's all about these gamers who like remove their body parts and limbs and replace them with robotic parts to become better at gaming. However, Tari is a special case because she can enter the video games and also bring video game characters out into the real world. So it's a very interesting show. You can watch the entire show on YouTube, as it is a YouTube exclusive show on SMG4. And I'm gotta say, I'm so glad the final trailer, it actually looks so good. The animators outdo themselves every single time with every season. It is a very awesome show, and I recommend anyone to watch it, really, because it is just so good. For something that is only made by these group of YouTubers, well, now they are like a full production team, but back when they were only YouTubers when they started it, it still was very good, and I'm glad it came so far. I am a bit sad it's ending, but I think this final season is coming out on the 22nd of July, so keep your eyes posted. The 22nd of July, because that's where the season finale begins. Umbrella Academy has a third season now on Netflix. Umbrella Academy is one of my favorite Netflix shows, and I think the third season is the final season. I think. The first season was the best season in my opinion, because ever since they brought time travel into the mix, it's been a whole mess, but it's not a bad show. It's still pretty good, I think. I just don't like the whole time traveling aspect of shows that much anymore, because it's overused. But it's still interesting to see. Hopefully Umbrella Academy Season 3 is pretty good, like Season 1 potential good. It might not be, but hey, you can only hope, right? Thor Love and Thunder is coming to cinemas, I believe, next month. They showed a couple of new trailers as well, and I gotta say, it looking like a real good movie. I still haven't even watched Thor Ragnarok. What is wrong with me? I still need to catch up on my Thor movies, but it looks pretty cool. Also, the female Thor, you know, still don't know what that's about, but it's pretty cool to see. Not much to talk about, really, other than that. Lightyear is out. Yeah, the Buzz Lightyear movie, that is now out. It is in cinemas for everyone to watch. I'm not going to pay to watch that movie, because I'd rather just watch it some other way, but it looks interesting. It looks like a okay movie. It looks... I wouldn't say it looks as good as the original Toy Stories, but it probably will be better than the newer Toy Stories, I will say that much. And I like seeing how, like, the whole backstory of, like, the character Lightyear, like, what the toy is based on. I like seeing stuff like that. It's pretty interesting to look at. But that does it all for other news. And now, for the QuickLash... I had a stroke. For the QuickLash section. This is your first time seeing this section in Naughty News. Essentially, this part of Naughty News is where I'm going to quickly go over everything, like pretty much everything that wasn't as big I feel like I need to talk about, but I can still quickly go over it. So obviously, for this month, I'm going to be talking about every single game that I saw that was announced at all these events, starting off with the PlayStation State of Play. Okay, whew, you're gonna get a lot of games bombarded right now, okay, you ready? Resident Evil Village VR, No Man's Sky PSVR 2, Horizon VR, Call of the Mountain, Horizon Forbidden West Major Update, Spider-Man for PC, Stray gameplay, the Callisto Protocol was shown, Rollodrome was shown, Tunic, Season, I actually don't know what Season is, and Final Fantasy 16. Right, that was everything that was shown at the PlayStation State of Play. Now, everything that was shown at the Upload VR Showcase event, okay? Now, there's a lot of games. Dark Troopers, Bale, District M, Broken Edge, Zenith, North Ultimate Championship, Unplugged Pantera DLC, Discronia, After the Fall, Stride Multiplayer, Stride's like a parkour game, Heli Squad Confront Operations, The Twilight Zone, Pathcraft, Ragnarok DLC, Propagation, Mother Gunship, Liminal Phase, Hellsweeper, Aspire 2, We Are One, What the Bat, Gambit, and Killer Frequency. Those are all the games that were shown at the Upload VR showcase. Now Summer Game Fest, holy god, there's a lot on this list. Aliens Dark Descent, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Flashback 2, Witchfire, Fort Solis, Outriders World Slayer, Fall Guys is free to play, Stormgate, High Water, American Arcadia, Goat Simulator 3, yes, Marvel Midnight Suns, new Cuphead DLC, I don't know what the name of it is, Neon White, Midnight Fight Express, Honkai Star Rail, Endless Zone Zero, Super People, Humankind, Cultures of Latin America, One Piece Odyssey, Soul Hackers 2, Metal Gunslinger, Nightingale, Saints Row Boss Factory, Warhammer Dark Tide, Layers of Fear, and The Last of Us Part 1 Remake. That was a lot of games. And now time for the Xbox Game Showcase. Once again, another big list of games. Redfall, Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Forza Horizon 5 X Hot Wheels, Riot Games coming to Game Pass, Persona games coming to Xbox, and Persona games also coming to Switch as well. Lol, nice fact to have. Fallout 76, The Pit, Sea of Thieves Season 7, Elder Scrolls Online High Isle, Flintlock, Ereban, Hollow Knight Silksong, Gunfire Reborn, Grounded full game trailer, yes, Grounded is finally going to become a full game, Scorn, Arc 2 with Vin Diesel, Hour, Cocoon, As Dusk Falls, The Last Case of Benedict Fox, Wulong Fallen Dynasty, Naraka Blade Point, Lightyear Frontier, Flight Simulator 40th Anniversary, and finally, Halo X Flight Simulator. Now you can see why I call this section QuickLash, because I literally just speed through it, right? For anyone who didn't tune in for the last Only News, QuickLash is just a section where I quickly go through pretty much everything that is smaller. I feel like doesn't need to be in a big part of Naughty News, so I literally just quickly go through it. And I feel like it's also nice to have because it makes the videos a bit longer and adds a bit more to them. So yeah, it's a nice new section of Naughty News. Hopefully we'll get to see it every month. Usually on bigger months where a lot of things are announced, you will see the QuickLash section appear. And now on to channel news. This is the part of Naughty News where I give a shout out to one lucky viewer, subscriber, or friend of mine. And today's shout out goes to Naughty Call. Oh, I had a stroke. Today's shout out goes to Naughty Call Wolf. Yes, Naughty Call Wolf is a small YouTuber who I recently been watching. You know, they said they asked for help on the streams. I helped them out obviously. And I've been watching their Need for Speed live streams, and they're pretty fun, I must say. They're pretty interesting live streams. And they're going to be streaming Doom soon. Not all their streams are available to public, but when they do start doing streams to public, I hope you guys will be able to watch them, because it is generally good content. Yes, the shout out goes to Naughty Call Wolf. And now that does it for channel news. Now on to Ben for the weather report. Ben?
Well, Lee, you've got me in space here. I don't know why. I don't know why you thought this would help the weather report. Like, some guy over there was kind of saying he's my father or something. I don't fucking know where I am right now. Like, there's these things. I don't know. I don't do, like, study space or shit. I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell the weather from up in space, but I can tell you something. And it's that there's going to be some nukes going down to Fermanagh. That'll be with you momentarily. Back to you, Lee.
Thank you, Ben, for that weather report. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.